everything sounded like, oh, that's why. Good. You want another angle? Yeah. Did that come? Spot side.
So, as an actor, which is your favourite medium, and how do you approach each? Do you have to approach each medium differently, or
tell the answer. Which is my favourite medium? Yeah, I don't have favourites. I'm running for favourite books, colours, clothes, journeys, friends. You know, I introduce a lot of people as my, well, a few, but more than one person as my best friend. So I don't do that. I feel that genuinely they feed off one another. Not my best friends, but I couldn't do one without the other. I love radio, I love voice work, I love animation, I love film work, and I love television and theatre. So I can't really distinguish between them. They all, they manifest in one shape or another, and they make it work. So.
And more recently, you've done motion capture.
That was a lot of fun. That was genuinely an awful lot of fun. Because you're free, you're in a room, not as characterful as this, but it's just got carpet and walls. It's not a set, it's not a location, you're not in a costume, I'm not even working with other actors, you're completely selfishly kind of free to do what the hell you want. You're a kid in a bedroom imagining an entire world again. So that was great. I haven't done that for a long time. And what an extraordinary character to try and pull off. So I had an absolute blast doing that. It was really good fun.
And looking to theatre, I've got to say, I was lucky enough to see it. It was pretty spectacular in Frankenstein. But I only got to see one version of it. You're actually playing two different characters on different nights. I mean,
which version did you see?
Yes.
That's what I was asking.
And so, how was that?
Which version did you see?
I saw the Baron.
You saw?
I saw you as Victor Frankenstein.
As Victor Frankenstein, okay. No, I genuinely really enjoyed playing both roles. I think Johnny found the Doctor hard. I think he enjoyed both as well. I think I found both roles really enjoyable. But obviously for both of us, the acting challenge of the creature was something else, as was swapping the roles. Yeah.
And just to be a bit cheeky, have you and Johnny Lee Miller exchanged notes on playing Sherlock Holmes?
No, well, Robert and I have talked about it, but I met up with Robert Downey Jr. in LA just purely by chance. Did they? I was half expecting Johnny to go, woo! And sort of photo. He was in New York probably making Elementary, so no, I haven't compared notes with Johnny. He was so respectful of the fact, he talked a lot to me about, should I do this? I know that, what do you feel about it? He wanted to know what my feelings were. So, we had a long conversation about it. But that was more about two actors doing the same character rather than, how to do the same character. And, as with us on stage, he saw very different things in both parts, which I think is why both evenings worked in Frankenstein. We weren't copying one another. We were inspired by one another, but we weren't copying one another. And I think the same goes with this. And also, like I said to Robert, there are three of us in the modern day playing this role, and we're in the high 70s of how many came before us. So it's the most fictional, it's the most adapted fictional character of all time. So you can't be possessive about it. You just have to be generous, and God knows, the success that we're having with our version, what have I got to worry about? I'm loving it.
Just to give you an idea, of the sheer popularity, just a quick shout out. We've got people here from Germany,
France,
Japan.
That's one. Paris, hello.
We've got people from Japan here.
Yay!
So people have come from all around the world.
It's amazing.
To celebrate Sherlock.
It has the most. There's someone from Shanghai as well, isn't there? Hello. See, I did remember. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's incredible, and I think it's nothing mock, humble, having some kind of, it's not just me being humble. And when I say this, I think it's genuinely true, but you know, it's the most extraordinary character, it's the most extraordinary body of work that has already been a global phenomenon, it's already been a big deal for years in his books, Conan Doyle's books. So we're obviously getting something right, but it's also, you know, the heavy lifting is done by the man himself who wrote the original novels, and we're just embellishing it with our imagination. Thank God that the brilliant imagination of Moffat and Gatiss and Thompson as well. So you know, but it still blows us away. Like the viewing figures we got in China, the requests we got for our Prime Minister to make more Sherlock. You know, trade deals and human rights. No, let's just have more episodes of Sherlock. It's kind of translated around the world, whether it's and it's interesting this now because you know I kind of meet up with friends all over the place around the globe, and they say, well, yeah, I mean, it must be nice not being recognised, and then literally in the same breath as two people have said that to me, someone goes, oh my God, it's Sherlock. I think it's happened. And it's phenomenal, and it's sort of, I think it did grow exponentially. I think it's sort of, it was word of mouth. I think, you know, it was, we love PBS, we love Masterpiece, but it's, you know, it's not a huge billboard everywhere in America kind of platform for it. It doesn't get as much advertising or the presence, but it grew and grew and grew because of its following from fans in America on the internet first, and then who got it on the television, and then in the industry, and then by word of mouth, and then it became, you know, this kind of cult thing that it is, I guess. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. It's very rare. Well, there are other things that are culty, but it's quite rare for it to keep growing as it has been. It's really exciting.
And it's so popular around the world that it's kind of freezing.
Is anyone else cold? Good, yeah, maybe it was my fault.
Can we have the AC turned down a bit?
You sort of give me, yeah, I'm around.
Although